This is your man's the man about town, Petty Murphy, reporting to you live from the back of the classroom with Akata News Network. What is that? Wait a minute. Stay tuned. Breaking news.
The frosty streets of St. Petersburg, this is a new hub for Russia's infamous trolls. A CNN investigation has found that Accra, Ghana was the launch pad for an online operation to stoke racial tensions and stir up social unrest in the U.S. ahead of the 2020 election. On Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, hundreds of accounts churned out posts about issues such as racism and police brutality in the U.S.
For months now, we've been investigating this network of trolls targeting African Americans, and now we've actually come here to Ghana to try to get the full story.
In the run-up to our journey, we had discovered that all of the accounts were connected to an NGO called Eliminating Barriers for the Liberation of Africa, known as EBLA or EBLA. Looking at the website, it was clear something was off. Parts of it still had dummy text. It was impossible to make an actual donation. And most mysteriously, one of the photographs had a Russian file name. Though the group claimed to be focused on issues like poverty in Ghana, its employees posted almost exclusively about the U.S. Some used incendiary language. America's descent into a fascist police state continues. Someone needs to take that senator out. Often they posted on real U.S. groups, an attempt to gain legitimacy and build an audience. Many
I done said it before. I'm gonna say it again. Psy-op. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. And it's unfortunate, but because of our voting habits, because of our tendency to be ruled by our emotions versus us sticking to the facts and then making logical, conscious decisions, this is why we're here. I don't know if anybody paid attention, but there were a few things that stood out to me. Accra? NGOs. And intentional misinformation directed at African Americans. From where? All right. So remember, when your man's got in office, he cut the funding to all those NGOs. Because what people have to understand is that the money from the money that goes to the NGOs comes from American citizens' tax-paying dollars, right? Which comes out of your check, which comes from the hard work that you exchange your divine sovereign light for paper currency that doesn't even exist, right? So think about that. Every day you go outside and leave your home and leave your family to go into the world and give up blood, sweat, and tears, your government then turns around, gives that money, sends it to foreign nationals in Africa to hop on a computer board and play in your face and say it with their whole chest. You a kata. You have no culture. You are a nigga. So again, I'm sorry, but that's not what family does. That is not what brothers and sisters do. But this is what's happening. We need to be aware and cognizant of what's happening and start moving accordingly as a collective. It ain't gotta be nasty. We ain't gotta do none of that. But we have to read the room and start moving accordingly. We are paying. Understand this. If you are an ADOS, a Sulan, a foundational Black American, you are paying for these people to play in your face. And the same people that are cutting them that check are the same people that made your parents and your grandparents go out there and fight and get sick dogs on them and shit so that you could fight for their right to immigrate, live in your communities, and then blatantly play in your face. Oh, holy diabolicalness. Yo, this is some shit straight out of a movie, and nobody wants to believe it because movies are entertainment. But according to etymology, entertainment means to go within, enter, to tame, to wrap, or to bind. Ment is the mental, to enter the mind and bind it. It's spiritual warfare. We are under a spell. Wake the fuck up. And I'm gonna leave it at that because, you know, I get a lot of charges of hate speech, substance usage. Now it's fraud. So yeah, it's your man's Petty Murphy reporting to you live from the back of the classroom. This is not conspiracy theory. You can follow the paper trail yourself, and I highly suggest that a lot of us who can't seem to want to believe what's going on is going on, please go do that. Go look at the information. Go follow the NGOs and see where your tax dollars are going. And then you can understand why every time you open up a social media network or app, there's somebody saying something just violating Black Americans on American soil. But, or I am Nigerian, or I am this, I am that. And Black Americans, because you're paying them to do it. Else it is what it is. And you know what? All's fair in war, right? Psychological warfare. So it's time for us to, again, read the room and act accordingly. Stop supporting what does not support you. We look crazy. It's time for us to get back to our roots. Insulate ourselves. Because, you know, before we were led into the burning building, and I mean, if you know who said that, because he said it about a week before his assassination. Before we were led into the burning building, which is the Democratic Plantation, we had our own communities with our own banks, our own car lots, our own libraries, our own hospitals. We had our own bus lines, our own cab companies. We had our own everything. Go look it up. We lost it all for acceptance. But it is what it is. Let me get up out of here, man. Realize. Transparency forces accountability. Y'all keep your eyes to the stars. Keep that head on the swivel because it's a devilish game.